What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jeff Bailey. We got a Northfield in front of us today. This is one that has commanded quite a collector's following and become quite desirable since they first come out. And we're talking, of course, about the 77 Barlows. I was able to, this time Mike had to do, these do come yet another SFO from Mike Latham at Collector Knives. And they had to do something interesting this time where they actually had a lottery to even get a spot to be on the early reserve. Mike did a test on some new servers at one point ahead of that to see how it would work, and we actually brought the servers down to give you some idea of what the interest is behind these knives. So I did not get handed this by any means. I bought this like any other Joe Schmo on the street. But I did do the, I only tried to do the lottery for the saw cut bone. I think that was actually the first one, and I got one, so I didn't want to, I want to give everybody a chance to get one of these, so I didn't enter any of the other ones. But let's take a look and see what we got here. Barlow pattern, of course, is going to have that big prominent bolster, and that saw cut bone is a real throwback kind of pattern, covers pattern where you have kind of like, you know, a big chunks of cattle bone that gets run down some sort of bandsaw or something to get the thickness down for the covers. And I guess at some point somebody made the decision that they weren't fully going to sand out the tooth marks from the saw blade, and so we end up with kind of a unique pattern here. You can see where it's also been dyed. So this one, of course, is the red. Oops. So where it's been sanded down here to be smooth transitions here at the bolster corners, you can see more of that red dye. And over time, as this gets used, you wear away at the this toothing on the surface to expose more and more of the red. So this is a two-blade model. You can see here we got a big clip main blade. Despite most of the Northfields being polished blades, these actually don't have any kind of blade ornamentation as far as the engraving goes. These are satin blades, but we still do have the match strike long pull, you can see there. And that's all for the better for me, because I like a satin blade, personally. Really nice looking knife. You do have a polished steel, all steel construction. You can see in the back here there's no brass. Polished steel bolsters, which do tend to take some scuffs and stuff over time using the pocket. You know, stainless steel is not the most hard metal out there, so it can be affected. But they got that really great Northfield bolster ornamentation there, and that's exclusive to, of course, this line of 77 Barlows. Taking a look at the tang stamps here. Got the classic Northfield unexcelled, made in the USA. Model number here. And on our secondary blade, which is a little coping blade, you know, excuse me, lamb's foot style. Of course, we've got the GEC and what I've come to believe is carbon, and nothing on that side. And that blade is a little simpler, same satin, with a long transitioning swedge. Great little blade for detail work. Regular nail nick. Nail nick, of course, facing this side to be open on that side. Great construction. Not much to say. I mean, it's a great knife. Two blade does end up being a little heavy in your pocket. Excuse me. I do have one other Northfield Barlow that I actually got a long time ago. I think it's shown up in a couple of videos. That's this old abalone. I've always liked that too, and I've used it some. There's some patina on the blades here, but I try to keep it pretty oiled so we don't have too much actual rust. This one's interesting because they kept the nicks on the same side on this one. This one has this long Warncliffe, and you can see the nicks just ride one above the other, so nothing on that side, versus with this knife, right, you've got the long match strike, and then on your secondary blade you got the nick on this side. I guess because otherwise it'd have to be riding up pretty tall. I mean, you can see how this one, it really rides up there to get them both visible. But it's a cool look. This one also is an earlier one. You can see where they weren't using all steel, so this one does have the brass in there too. Okay. This one is all steel. Great knives. You know, probably this one won't see any use since I've already used this one a little bit. Probably collect some of these for a little while, and I don't know how long they've been doing them. They've been doing them several years now. There's been at least a run a year with slight variations on covers and blade configurations. Single blades were available as well. They've been doing it long enough. There's probably a fair number on the secondary market if you wanted to hunt those down. So, looking at this model number, 771218. Pretty recently got my hands on this. So, anyway, this is the infamous Northfield 77 Barlows. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. And hope to see you on the next one.